Hi there. I am Todd Houston, Senior Pastor at the Ravenna First Church of God. And I just want to say thanks for joining me for another session of Next at First. If you happen to watch session 1, we took a look at the identity of our church. What's our mission, vision, and our core values? We talked about how God's Word defines our mission and how He has called us to a unique vision for our city, our county, and beyond. Our values not only reveal us at the core, but they shape and guide how we live and serve as a church. Well, in this session, I want to introduce you to our leaders and our leadership structures. But before we begin, I just want to remind you that there is supplemental material that you can download that goes not only with this session, but with all of the sessions of Next at First. Well, for those who call Ravenna First Church of God their church home, knowing our leaders and understanding our leadership structure is important for several reasons. Scripture teaches us that we're to pray for those who are in authority over us, and that includes our church leaders. Knowing leaders by name and knowing where they serve helps you pray more specifically for each of them. In addition, knowing our structures and who leads each ministry can really assist in clear communication when perhaps you have a question about ministry decisions or a question about upcoming events or even how to get involved in ministry. Well, I serve as the senior pastor here at the church. I have been here at the church since 2018, and now in 2021, it marks my 26th year in ministry. I'm a lifelong Ohioan. I grew up south of Ravenna in Holmes County in the little town of Millersburg. My wife, Wendy, also grew up in Ohio, and she grew up down south in Carroll County. We've been married for 33 years. Wendy happens to serve in worship ministry as well as in women's ministry here at the church. We have 3 grown children. Our oldest, Jonathan, is a doctor of psychology, and he lives in California. Our daughter, Rachel, is a music educator, and she lives in Indiana with her husband. Our youngest, Rebecca, lives with her husband in Michigan. Rebecca works for a doctor's office, and her husband works as an automobile engineer. And they have one child, our first grandchild, born here in this year, and we're excited about that. Now, some of you may have come from perhaps another church tradition where choosing pastoral leadership might look a little bit different, and maybe you're wondering about how Church of God congregations select their senior pastors. Well, let me tell you that each congregation has the freedom to select their pastor, and those pastors may serve as long as they desire to and as long as the church is pleased to have them as their pastor. Here are, though, some broad strokes about how the process goes. A pulpit committee is formed by the congregation to lead the search process. Resumes and sermon content is reviewed, interviews are held with candidates, and the leading of the Spirit through prayer is sought. Once God leads a pulpit committee to a particular candidate, that person is invited to come to the church for what's called a candidating weekend. And as a part of that weekend, the candidate will preach on a Sunday. The candidate will meet with leaders and meet with the congregation to answer questions and to get to know each other. Once that takes place, a congregational vote is required to extend an official invitation to a pastor to come and serve. So that's just a really quick look at the process. It's the process that I went through in coming here just a few years ago. God brought our paths together by the leading of His Spirit, and I am super excited to serve as the pastor of this congregation. Well, we have one other paid staff person here at the church. Pastor Athena Edwards serves part-time as our Director of Student and Family Ministries. She and her family have made this their church home for 3 generations now. She and her husband David, they have 3 grown children, 2 sons and a daughter. Their daughter and their son-in-law and their grandchildren are also a part of our congregation. Pastor Athena leads our junior and senior high ministry and provides oversight to the entirety of our Christian education ministry at the church. She led our student ministry as a layperson for many years, but officially took this paid staff position here in 2021. Beyond Athena and myself, here at Ravenna First, we have 2 primary leadership teams. We have a board of trustees and we have church council. I'm going to start by talking about our trustees. Our trustees, they have oversight over properties and finances of the church, especially as they relate to the responsibilities of the trustees. The trustees are made up of 6 elected members from the congregation, our church secretary and our church treasurer, as well as the vice chair of our corporation is a part of the board of trustees. Members serve for 3-year terms, and they can serve for 2 consecutive terms. In talking about our church council, they oversee all of the ministry activities of the church, as well as recommend and review needed policies that guide our ministries. The makeup of the council includes a vice chair, 3 at-large members from the congregation, as well as the chairpersons of the trustees, the chair of the Christian Education Board, the chair of the Ordinance Committee, and the chair of the Benevolence Committee. All paid ministerial staff, the secretary and treasurer also sit on that council. Mentioned as a part of our church council are the 3 standing committees that are in operation here at the church: Benevolence, Ordinance, and Christian Education. The Benevolence Committee serves in a variety of capacities to care for and meet the needs of our church family, including caring for our shut-ins throughout the year, as well as providing funeral dinners for families. The Ordinance Committee, well, they assist with important components of the worship life of the church, things like baptism and communion. Christian Education team, they have oversight of all of the teaching ministries of the church from birth through adults. They also oversee and maintain our ongoing child protection policy efforts here. And as I mentioned earlier, the CE committee is currently led by our Director of Student and Family Ministries, Pastor Athena. When it comes to decision making here as a church, we conduct 2 annual business meetings. One takes place in January, and the other in the month of June. Each year, the congregation votes to approve the budget for the coming year, as well as to ratify persons for open board and committee positions. To vote in a business meeting, you need to be at least 18 years of age, you must have worshiped with us regularly for 6 months, and that you demonstrate a consistent faith journey. Well, if you have any questions or concerns about ministry, about our facilities, about the finances of the church, I want to encourage you, please don't be hesitant to ask. Questions about facilities and finance can be directed to our trustees. Questions about ministry and policy can be directed to myself or to our church council chair. Questions related to specific areas of ministry can be brought directly to the person who is the head of that appropriate board or committee. And you'll find in the resource material that we're making available to you a complete list of all of our board and committee members. You can also find a full explanation of our leadership structures as well as business proceedings in our church bylaws. And if you like a copy of those bylaws, you're certainly welcome to ask for them. In addition, I love to try and keep the congregation regularly updated through email or by letter. Be sure that you've shared with us your current information so that we can keep you in the loop about the life of the church and the ministry here. I believe that God's brought you here on purpose, and I want you to feel connected to all that we do. So a way that you can do that, some important things that you perhaps would want to know. Our church office hours are Tuesday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. If you want to call us at the church, the phone number 330-296-5660. You'll find not only my email address, but Pastor Athena's email address is there. You're always welcome to shoot us an email if you have a question or want to make a contact with us. Other ways that you can stay connected with us online, you can connect with us on our website at fcogrevena.com. We have both a Facebook group and a Facebook page. We'd love to have you check those out. You can also catch us on Instagram and on our YouTube channel. Well, thanks again for taking time to watch another one of these in this Next at First series. Don't forget about the resource material. I want to remind you again, if you have questions, please don't hesitate to make the reach. I would love to get to know you. I'd love to know who's watching and how I might serve you. So thanks again, and bye.